The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, guys, it's another edition of everybody's favorite late night boxing program, True School After Dark, and it's great to be here live again. We got a really exciting live for you guys. Gonna do a little bit of everything. Obviously, the big news in boxing today is the fact that JARON ENNIS is in fact sparring Canelo Alvarez in preparation for the Terence Crawford fight. So we're definitely going to talk about that. We're definitely going to dissect that. And in the middle of this live, probably like in about, I'm going to say like 10 to 20 minutes, we're going to actually do a live fight reaction to Yoenis Tellez versus Abbas Baraou, which is a WBA. It's a fight for the WBA interim title. The winner of that fight is expected to be elevated to full champion. So the winner of that fight could be JARON and his next opponent. So we're gonna tie it all in together here on True School Sports. Once that fight starts, I will be focusing my attention on the fight and get into that. And right now, just so you guys know, we're probably about like 5 to 10 minutes from that fight taking place. So yeah, there's that. But listen, it's good to be here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Give me your thoughts. Like, what do you think about JARON and his sparring Canelo Alvarez for the Terence Crawford fight? Do you think it's a good preparation for Canelo, or does it not really matter? Is Crawford and is still so far apart in skill level that it doesn't matter? Or do you think what Canelo's sparring someone bigger and better than Terence Crawford? So let me know what you think. Let's go to the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Of course, I go live and people start calling my phone. I've been free damn near the whole day. Nobody called my phone the whole day. Now all of a sudden people want to call my phone. So it is what it is. But here we go. We got my main man Dave in the building. He says Tellez is the weakest champion at 154. He is getting ready to fight. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying pretty much since the Brian Norman Jr.'s Jinzaki fight on Sean Tell's channel that, I thought that the fight was always going to be Rene Tellez versus JARON ENNIS. So I'm not surprised. I kind of wish we didn't have to see him fight Usima Lima, but I guess it's a cool fight. It's not a fight that will do a whole lot in terms of like, because he's not a big name, but I guess I got to take it, right? I got to take the fight. So yeah, right now they're both fighters are on their way to walk to the ring. So I'm gonna shift my attention to that real soon. But let me see. We got man David said he's probably over there. He's probably over there getting some PEDs. Okay. Oh, yeah. I mean, that ain't my business, champ. But if the drug test fails, we will then come on here and talk about it. My man Johnny, who just called my phone. What's up, champ? He says, I heard Canelo knocked down JARON ENNIS in sparring. Well, look, I don't know, champ. I don't know. I'm not there. There's always gonna be sparring stories of dudes allegedly and not allegedly getting knocked down. Would it shock me? No, but it's good work. It's good work for Canelo. Getting sharp. It's good work for Ennis to get sharp, and that's what it's all about. Crawford spar Lester Martinez, who's way bigger than fake Nello. Listen, and Lester's really punching like that. Lester is really punching like that. So I feel like both got, you guys know I didn't start off really the most excited about this fight, but I gotta say, when I'm looking now that I'm seeing Canelo bringing Boots Ennis in the camp to spar Crawford, and I've seen Crawford spar Lester Martinez, and I feel like both guys are pulling out all the stops. So I didn't start off excited about it. I'm getting a little more excited about it. I'm starting to give it some thought that maybe this might be a great fight. I'm hoping it's a great fight because it's going to be a big occasion for the sport of boxing. But both guys seem to be pulling out all the stops. So it's really it's good to see. And yeah, we'll dissect in a second. But it looks like they're getting ready to introduce Yoenis Tellez and Abbas Baraou. I'm probably butchering his name, but yeah, shout out to them. This is an important fight, guys, because the winner of this fight, whether it's Tellez or Abbas All right, my bad, guys. I had to take a really, really important phone call. So, my sincere apologies for that. I missed the first 3 rounds of this fight because I had the phone call. Like I told you guys, I'm getting into I'm involved in the boxing world a little bit. I'm doing some really cool things, so I had to take that phone call. But nonetheless, yeah, right now we're in the fourth round of Tellez versus Abbas Baraou. You guys tell me what's going on, man? Because I just tuned out for a second. It was a really important phone call I had to take, and just got some really intriguing news. So I'm gonna have to be doing some traveling here real soon. But nonetheless, you guys will find out about that later on. We're here. It's True School After Dark. I done lost like more than half the audience, but it is what it is. We'll get it back. A lot of you guys are saying that Tellez sucks. That he's not that good. I mean, I've been telling y'all that I thought that Tellez is not probably he is the weakest of the champions because I saw him fight J-Rock. A lot of you guys are saying that right now the fight is 2-2. Okay, he isn't good. I've never rated him. I've never ever rated him that highly. That's why I told you guys, like, when I was in Japan, I was like, yo, Terence Crawford is gonna go ahead, and not Terence Crawford. JARON ENNIS is gonna go ahead and fight Tellez, and because he's the weakest champion, and this, that, and the third, and here we are. He's fighting an eliminator against Lima. Tellez is in a dog fight right now with Abbas Baraou. Good body shots there from Rene Tellez, but you got this big German. He's pushing him back, and Tellez is having a hard time getting this guy off of him. This guy's physical strength and physicality is really troubling him right now. He's having a hard time. They said no. Tellez beats Zayas. Absolutely not. You're out of your mind. No way. I can't see it. But yeah, right now it's round 4. This might I've watched Tellez fight, but this is the most I've ever paid attention to because normally I just watch him. I'd be paying half attention. Yo, his feet are a little wide. From what I can see, Tellez's feet are a bit wide. And man, this Abbas Baraou, he's having a lot of success in the pocket. He's putting the numbers together. He's putting a good combination together, and he's finding holes in that defense. Because even though Tellez is a Cuban, he's not like a slick. He's not a traditional Cuban. He's a bit more aggressive. So there's more holes in his defense. My guy David says I was high on Tellez actually though because he did beat the basket guy more pressing than Jesus Ramos did. Look, man, I just went ahead and I watched him a couple times. I remember watching him against J-Rock, and I was just like, this is the guy that they're gonna have fight JARON Ennis. I'm like, come on, man, what are we doing here? But what's crazy is like Boots is gonna beat Lima. He's gonna fight this dude, right? Tellez. If Tellez gets to this fight, which honestly I'm not even sure if he's gonna get to this fight. Boots might fight this German dude. But either way, these are not the winner of this fight. These are not like big names. These are not guys that we want to necessarily see JARON Ennis in there with. We want to see him in there with Virgil. We want to see him in there with Bakram. We'd even settle for Fundora or Xander. But right now, I don't know, man. Tellez about to get exposed. Abbas Baraou, he's in his face. He's the physically strong guy. He's chopping down really nicely with that right hand. And you can visibly see some swelling across the face of Tellez. It's getting pieced up right now. I haven't even gotten into the main talking points of this live because I'm reacting to this fight because this fight pertains to JARON Ennis, and this is a very important fight for the 154 division. I got a phone call earlier, so I had to take it, unfortunately. But we're here. Tellez is now in the southpaw stance. Okay, good overhand right around the guard from the German Abbas Baraou. And then that left hook, oh my God, bro! This guy Baraou, and I'm probably saying his name wrong, but he's finding so many holes in the defense. He's finding holes with the left hook. He's finding holes with the overhand right. Defensively, he's doing a good job. Just moving his head out the line every now and then. And Tellez. See, the problem with Tellez is keeping his head right there in the center line. So even when this guy slips, he knows exactly where Tellez's head's going to be. And there you go. Good stuff that he just threw. Abbas Baraou just threw 4 or 5 unanswered jabs, and like none of them landed, but they pushed them back. So even though they're not scoring, they're doing those jabs are commanding the distance. They're making him the ring general. Man, The real plot twist is if Baraou wins and Lima upsets Boots. Could you imagine that? Crazier things have happened in boxing. You know, I think. You know, do you guys think Lima could get a decision in Philadelphia? Because I don't know. I don't know, man. If Lima, you think Lima could outwork Boots and get a decision in Philly? I don't think so. I think he had to knock Boots out. Some people say that Baraou should have beaten Jack Colque, and Jack Colque is a good win. He's a good win. I think Canelo should bring Demetrius Andrade to spar. Demetrius is a southpaw, unorthodox, slick boxer with counterpunching and decent power. In theory, that'd be a good idea, but I don't know if they'd actually like. I'm not sure if they let Andrade, if they would let Andrade do that. You know, I'm not sure if Andrade's pride would allow him to go spar Canelo Alvarez. He spent years chasing Canelo Alvarez. I don't know if his pride would allow him to be reduced to a sparring partner, but I think it would be a good fight. Why not? Or a good choice of sparring. But yeah, we're here around 5. The last minute, around 5. Abbas Baraou is pushing Tellez back. Yo, Tellez, I think Tellez about to get stopped in like the next 3 rounds. Because he's getting hit with, he's not just getting hit with punches flush, but he's getting hit with punches around the guard. He's getting hit with overhand rights. I mean, he's really, he's having a hard time. He said, I really think they're going to rob this dude, though. Watch. And we're going to see, man. We're going to go ahead and see. So far, I mean, I've only seen 2 rounds because I missed like 3 rounds because of this phone call I had to take. But this guy's a beast. This German dude can fight. He's mixing things up like earlier, like when I first tuned in the 3rd round, this dude was fighting primarily out of a high guard. Now he's got his lead left hand down a little bit more, and now that he knows that Tellez doesn't got anything for him, he's doing what he wants to do because Tellez is just he is straight up and down with no special effects. Who the hell did Tellez beat to get the interim title? He beat Julian J. Rock Williams earlier this year on the undercard of Tank versus Roach. I was in New York. I seen the fight. So yeah, that's how it went. Yeah, let me see. He said, yes, I do agree. All this credit to the young man, even though I don't like Tellez and think he is a hype job. No, this guy's a beast. I've seen his name in the rankings. I've been obviously seeing his name on the schedule for the upcoming fights, but I never really watched him fight, so I don't really have much to go off of. I seen that he fought Jack Colque on BoxRec, but this is my first real impression on Abbas Baraou, and so far so good. He's beating the hell out of Tellez. I feel like he's beginning round by round to show a different level. The class is starting to show. He's back, man. About time you go live for a fight. Well, I'm going live to talk about Boots versus Canelo, but I figured, you know what? You know, they have this card going on. I might as well just speak on this fight because it does pertain to the main idea of this live. I'm not gonna pay attention to Yankiel Rivera's fight, and I'll watch it later on. But this is all tied into what's going on with JARON, and so I might as well watch it. Yeah, right now we're around 6. Tellez in the southpaw stance, having a hard time right now because this guy Abbas Baraou, he's doing a great job of mixing things up. You know, sometimes he's fighting out of the high guard, sometimes he's fighting with his lead hand down low. Oh my God, he's doing his thing. He is doing his thing. Tellez needs to find an answer because right now there is no answer. I wouldn't say Tellez is a hype job. Oh, good right hand. He's 10 fights in already, one level. If he loses, it just means he wasn't all the way ready. I mean, I wouldn't call him a hype job because to me, he's not that big of a name. He's not a big name. There's not like hype like that around him. I'm not the most impressed, but I'll tell you this Abbas Baraou is a beast. He's left uppercut, angled off to the side, and then a right hand on the guard from Abbas Baraou. Okay. This guy has some craft. You know what? If he keeps this up and he wins this fight, I actually want to see this fight. I want to see Boots fight this dude. Let's see how his stamina holds up. Let's see how this guy's stamina holds up going into latter rounds. But if he maintains this kind of pace and this kind of like unpredictability in his attack, I would like to see Boots fight this guy. This guy can fight. You know, there's in boxing, there's guys who can fight and there's guys who can't fight. This guy can fight. I don't know a whole lot about him. I know he fought Jack Colque, but this dude, from what I can see, he could fight. Yeah, I wasn't impressed either. You know, Lucas Body, he's a fighter that you know, he fought a faded version of Roger Gutierrez tonight. Gutierrez has seen better days. He should have, in my opinion, got him out of there because he had a couple of chances to get him out of there, but learning experience, you know. I've seen people like Sean who knew and hyped this guy up to the gills. I've literally never ever talked about Tellez on this channel, like ever. Maybe once. He might have one video tops, one or two videos tops. Because I've seen him fight, and he hasn't really fought that many good people. And you know what, I can see why. I watched him fight a couple of times, and I can, you know, my boxing eye is pretty good. I can see why. Really and truthfully, I wasn't that high on him. I mean, he's straight up and down with no special effects yet. I like the fact that he's an aggressive Cuban fighter, but he gets hit way too damn much. And he's getting hit everywhere. He's getting hit to the body. He's getting hit down the middle. He's getting hit around the guard. I mean, Abbas Bro is kicking his ass right now. What y'all think? How y'all scoring it? Because I know, you know, we'll get to Boots. We'll talk about Canelo. We got to take a break into action to watch this very important fight at 154. Body reminds me of Tank. Inactive, get the slow rounds and has some pop. Yes, he's one of those guys. Lucas is one of them guys that where his power might always bail him out in these fights. Wow, really? So they put the unofficial scorecard up on the screen. They've given MVP has Yoenis Tellez up by 2 points. They're up 50. They got him up 58-56. That's terrible. Yo, he's getting his ass kicked right now. I don't know how the hell they have this guy up in the fight. He's not doing shit. I missed some of the early rounds, but they've been scoring some of the recent rounds for him on the MVP unofficial scorecard, and he's not doing shit. He's sitting there like tall. There you go. That's better from Tellez. A good left hook to the body there from Tellez. Now he's getting back to that jab. I don't know what the hell they're watching. Yeah, they announced he got Tellez winning, but you know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they're missing a good fight. Yeah, they're gonna rob this guy. This sucks. They're gonna rob this dude. Is this dude from Africa? Because I think I see an African flag or like a Cameroon or Ghana. It looks like a flag from one of them countries. Is this guy? Because he don't look like he's straight German. Let me see. Abbas Baraou. This guy got to be some sort of African. He's German. It says he's German, but I know for a fact he got to be from Africa. Because you guys know what I tell you about these African fighters. That they rob these African fighters all the time. Let me see. Yoenis. But yeah, it's your boy BT, True School After Dark. You know, we got a lot to discuss. We're doing a bit of a live fight reaction right now. We ain't done one of these in a while. I'm not going to react to the main event, but I'm going to react to this fight because I feel like it's a good fight. It's an important fight, and it ties into JARON ENNIS, who has been a very popular. Ooh, good uppercut from Abbas Bro. Left uppercut, right uppercut. Yeah, Tellez cannot keep this guy off of him at all. So this dude, let me see. This guy, Baraou, he is from Germany, but is that where he was born? Like, there's no way he's straight German. Maybe he is. Maybe I'm tripping. Oh no, he was born in Germany. So maybe I don't know. Maybe his parents are African because I feel like on his trunks there's a Cameroon or I don't know. Maybe it's a German flag. Yeah, that's like I think a Cameroon or Ghanaian flag. I can't remember which country that is. Y'all can tell me because I know we got pretty smart people in the chat. His family's from Togo. Okay, there you go. Now they're gonna rob this kid. They're gonna rob this kid. Ain't that some shit, man? I can't believe we graduated. We've gotten to a place in boxing where they're robbing. They're gonna rob fighters for Cubans, Cuban fighters. Normally, it's the Cuban fighters that get screwed. Now boxing is graduated. They said no. We got to go ahead and rob these other guys. I don't know, man. I mean, out of all the rounds I watched so far, and I probably watched about 4 rounds because you guys know if you were here earlier, I missed about 10 to 15 minutes because I had to take a call. I don't know if Tellez has won a round since I started watching this fight. He's not. I don't think he's with MVP, but he might be with one of the smaller promoters that has a relationship with MVP. He's a Togolese. Okay, yeah. Thank you guys. Remember that whole controversy with Tellez and his manager betting on fights? Yeah, I heard about that. Let me see. It must have got stuff under the rug because I don't remember anything coming out of it. Nah, man. Yo, honestly, I mean, I'm hoping Baraou wins. I'm hoping Baraou wins because I think if Boots is gonna fight one of these guys, I think Baraou is the better matchup. I think Boots probably beat both these dudes, but Baraou has more craft. He can box. He says, "Have you seen the sparring video where MJ got owned by Angel Leo for the upcoming Inoue fight?" That sparring session from a long time ago, champ. I had that sparring session from like 5 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago. Merjan wound up sparring this one kid who was an amateur at the time named Joseph Maicedo. He had no pro fights at the time. So they threw Joseph in there with Merjan. Joseph didn't have that much experience, and Merjan dropped Joseph, and they sparred a couple rounds. And then Angelo went in there and made Merjan hop out of the ring in one round. So that's from a while ago. But yeah, I've seen it. To answer your question, I've definitely seen it. But we're here around 8. Yoenis Tellez versus Abbas Baraou for the WBA interim title. The winner of this fight is more than likely going to be elevated to the full champion once Crawford fights Canelo. I think Baraou is winning, but the commentators say Tellez is winning. I'm watching the fight with the sound off because I don't want these commentators to skew my opinion of this fight. Because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna go ahead and they're gonna dick ride everything Tellez does because he's the guy that they've had on their shows before. But right now Tellez is in that southpaw stance. He's shooting that jab out there real nicely. So better stuff here from Tellez. Nothing's really scoring, but he's committing to his punches a bit more. Good left hand to the body there from Tellez. Abbas Baraou trying to get in the chest, trying to cut that distance on Tellez. Tellez circles to his left. I think he's trying to set up a counter left hand, but Baraou is not committing. Baraou is not giving him what he wants. Okay, good left hook to the body there from a good left hand, and then a left uppercut from Baraou, and then a right uppercut from Baraou. Abbas Baraou is in the chest of Yoenis Tellez. See, Tellez is doing a good job keeping him at distance, and then he let him close that gap. And now Abbas Baraou is finding holes all through that defense. Tellez can't do nothing with him. Good left hook up top by Baraou. Tellez turns him around. Tellez lands a grazing left hook. 38 seconds left here, round number, 8? Bro, Tellez is getting his ass kicked. He don't even want to be in it. Look, he's tying up. He's huffing and puffing. Tellez looks like a front runner right now. Honestly, he looks like a straight front runner in this fight. Good left hook by Baraou. No, Baraou's on. Listen, I like Baraou. Baraou's on his ass. Another uppercut from Baraou. Left hook up top from Baraou. Right hand, left hook to the body. Man, this fight, come on, man. They're not going to insult my intelligence. He gets buckled them towards the end of that round. These people are not going to insult our intelligence to tell us that Yoenis Tellez is winning this fight. Nah, he ain't like that. Like, he's a good little fighter, but Yoenis Tellez is not like that. He's got no defense. And I know I'm the armchair quarterback, so easy for me to say, but I'm saying from what I'm seeing, and mind you, I don't know what the commentators are saying. The only thing I know they're saying is when they flash the graphics on the screen. So, I know that they had him up a couple rounds ago when they flashed the unofficial scorecard on the screen. But what do you guys think? For those watching along, we're gonna get into Jaron Ennis. We're gonna get into Canelo. This is True School After Dark. Leave your comments down below, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Definitely go ahead and super chat. We're here giving the boxing fans world-class boxing content, and yeah, the boxing journey is intensifying here on True School Sports. Man, that was an interesting phone call I just got. I can't wait for this live to be done so I could actually process what it was I was just told. That's crazy. They're checking Abbas Barou's what is it, his gloves. I think he has issues. He has some issues with the tape on his right glove. So his trainer is now fixing the tape on his right glove. He's bringing the scissors out. They cut the tape on his right glove and tighten some things up. And now we resume action here. And this is in fact round number what? Round number 9, I believe. Yeah, bro. Yo, Abbas Bro is good, guys. I see a lot of you guys saying that Boots will beat the brakes off of him. Maybe he will. But I don't know, man. I like what I'm seeing from Bro. I've seen some versatility in this fight. He's got a good educated jab. He throws it. He's got a good engine. He places his shots real well to the body, like he just did right there with the right hand of the body. He mixes things up. He can box on his toes. This guy's good. Man, you know what? If Boots is gonna fight a no-name opponent, a guy who doesn't have a big name, I hope he fights this guy. Oh my good look. A shovel left uppercut from Abbas Baraou, and then he lands 2 jabs circling to his left. Okay. No, this dude is good. I don't care none of y'all say. This dude is good. Now, this is a guy I'm okay with Boots fighting. Good little counter right hand by Baraou. And you know, one thing he does really, really well, I'm seeing it when Abbas Baraou jabs, he gets his head off the center line. I think he can do it a little bit better, but he does. You know, he's conscious of it. He's not jabbing and keeping his head right there on the center line. He's crafty. He's crafty and he's strong and he's durable. I like this guy. This guy could fight. BT, do you think Canelo wins by KO or points, or do you think Crawford can pull it off? Terence Crawford could definitely pull it off, but right now, I'm leaning towards Canelo on points. That's my my early prediction, but that could change. Can Brian Nolan beat Devin Haney? Of course. That's what I'm picking too. And he's gonna beat him in size 7 when they fight. Abbas Baraou, oh my God, he is absolutely in this dude's chest. A nice shoe shine combination by Abbas Baraou, and then he clips Tellez. Tellez is clipped again with an overhand right from Abbas Baraou. Shoe shine combination to the body, and then a left hook up top by Abbas Baraou. Abbas Baraou from Germany is absolutely giving this dude hell. This fight reminds me a little bit of when Seiya Tsutsumi fought Takuma Inoue. If you guys remember that fight in Japan, Abbas Baraou kind of does some Seiya Tsutsumi-esque things in there. He's got great durability, and he's just on this dude the whole fight. Tellez is trying. Like now Tellez is starting to put the punches together. 2 right hooks from Tellez score on Abbas Baraou. Oh my God, he just beautiful stuff on the inside. He bent his knee, slipped to the left, threw a left uppercut. And then he clips him again. Yo, I think he's outworking Tellez, and I think he's landing the shots of greater consequence. And then again, another right hand from Abbas Baraou. Better round there from Tellez than in comparison to some of the other rounds, but this fight really isn't a hard fight to score. It's pretty straightforward. I think they're gonna rob him. Harold says you don't like Cuban women or boxers. Listen, I like my fair share of Cuban women. I'm from South Florida. It's impossible to grow up in South Florida and not like Cuban women, but I mean the Cuban boxers, they're all right. Tellez, Harold, I've never been high on Tellez. I've been telling you for the longest time. All right. I've been telling y'all for the longest time. But you in particular, Harold, I've been telling you, I said, look, man, Tellez is not like that. You know, he's a good little fighter, but you know, he's got a lot to work on. I think whoever is managing his career, they're pushing him too far. They're pushing him too fast. They need to take the time with that kid, clean up some things. He's not ready for that for the guys like Boots. Hell no, Boots. Even with a guy like this, like if they watched any film on this guy, and then they watch the film and then they know their fighter, there's no way in hell they should have even taken this fight. Because I mean, I haven't watched this guy fight, but I would assume he fights something similar to this most of the time. Nah, man, this guy's doing his thing. Hell yeah. Shout out to my man right here, my man Pernell today with the I like comments like this. He says, support this channel. This dude works hard and loves boxing. Yes, thank you, champ. I definitely do work hard. Looks like I'm gonna have to be doing some traveling here in a little bit. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for this. Just got an interesting phone call. He said, come on, guys. Like the video. BT works hard. Let's keep yes. I don't know how many likes I have because I'm not watching the YouTube version of this, but I'm gonna assume I don't have 32 likes. So run it up, guys. Smash that like button so this video gets pushed out to as many people as humanly possible. It's the Untouchable True School Sports, True School After Dark. We're here. We're watching Yoenis Tellez, a potential JARON Ennis opponent, in a really tough fight. A fight where, really and truthfully, he might not make it out of this fight. Abbas Baraou might outwork him to a decision. I mean, if the MVP cards are any indicators, I feel like they're gonna rob him. But I think he's doing enough to be ahead in this fight so far. But we shall see. I would like for him to really step on the gas and make it emphatic, because if you don't put this guy on his ass at bare minimum, they might take it from you. Some of you guys say it's a draw. Tellez is not looking so elite as it had to be. Well, listen, I don't know about you, but I don't know about anybody else, but I can tell you guys, as far as I'm concerned, I've been telling you guys for the longest time, Yoenis Tellez is not like that. I told you guys he was the weakest champion on multiple occasions, on multiple YouTube channels. And right now it's being seen. He's not better than Fundora. He's not better than Boots. He's not better than Xander. He's not better than Bakram. He's not on that level. And I've been knowing this. I mean, I didn't need to see this fight to know that, but it's just confirming even more what I already knew. Oh my God. Yo, this dude does such a great job of getting his head off the line and creating angles. He's doing some great work in the pocket right now. He's beating the brakes off of Tellez in the pocket. Tellez is trying, but this dude just throws too many punches, and he keeps coming over and over again, and he gets his head off the line. And he's placing these shots real well, and yeah, Tellez cannot get this guy off of him. You know what? I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I can't. If they actually give Abbas Baraou this fight, I want to see him fight Boots. This guy comes to fight. This guy can fight. Yeah, man, he hit this guy with like 5 straight punches. What do you like for those of you who have been watching the whole fight? Because I missed like the first 3 rounds. What are you guys scoring it? Because really and truthfully, I don't know how on God's green earth this fight is even close. I feel like Abbas Baraou is kicking this dude's ass from pillar to post. Tellez is trying. Like I think he is trying, but he's not. His defense is too leaky, and this guy is throwing too many punches. And on top of that, he's too crafty while he's throwing these punches, and it's giving him a real difficult hard time. Pamaru says that Xander Zayas is looking worried in the crowd. I've seen that because Xander Zayas, for those of you who don't know, I saw the interview earlier today. Xander Zayas said that he wants to try to make the Yoenis Tellez fight happen himself. So, well, look, he shouldn't be worried. He's got a good manager. Tell Peter Khan to get Abbas Baraou in there. Listen, Abbas Baraou is going to become the new high-risk, low-reward guy. I'm going to start telling all these champions, you don't want to fight Abbas Baraou. They don't want to fight him. Don't let him win this fight, because I like watching him fight. He can fight. I'm gonna start telling. I'm gonna start saying, Bakram don't want to fight him. My man said right here, Baraou is whooping Tellez's ass. He looking like Crawford. He looks like he looked like Marlon Stalin right now. High guard combinations, getting his head off the line. He looks sensational right now. He's literally the only thing he hasn't done. All right, the only thing that this guy has not done is drop Yoenis Tellez. So I'll give Yoenis some credit. He's showing a good chin. He's showing durability. But other than that, he's getting his ass kicked. He's getting his ass kicked from pillar to post. Good counter right hand there from Baraou. Tellez pops that southpaw jab out there. One thing about Tellez is like he doesn't really feint. There's not a whole lot of feinting going on to keep this guy guessing, and he don't really probe with that jab either. And he don't punch hard enough to keep him off. So I don't know, man. He need to find something, because we're around 11, and he's leaving this fight real close. And I'm only saying it's close because he's the more politically connected fighter in this card. Like, he's fought in MVP cards before. I think they'll probably give a decision to him, honestly. But in my opinion, Abbas Baraou is kicking his ass. It's not a hard fight to score. It's pretty straightforward. What's good, Lord Zed? Hawker Mustang says, good to see you, BT. It's been a long while. I mean, yeah, it's been a long while. I've been going live. I've been going live pretty frequently. And they've been long lives too. So, I mean, I've been here, but good to see you. Good to see you, champ. He's similar to Charles Conwell. Yeah, I can see the similarities to Charles Conwell. Although I will say, from what I'm seeing, I think his gas tank is a little better than Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell didn't have this kind of gas tank. I think Conwell might punch harder than him, but this dude don't get tired. This dude, I mean, I gotta go watch some more of his fights. But he's making a hell of a first impression. I mean, this a hell of a first impression with me. This dude could fight his ass off. I'm telling y'all right now, if they give Abbas Baraou this decision, listen, I'm gonna say, Bakram don't want to fight him. Xander don't want to fight him. Somebody better fight this guy. This is who they thought Conwell was. Yeah, I mean, he has the same stance as Conwell. I don't think he's quite as explosive as Conwell, but he's still very explosive. He's still pretty explosive. But this guy's stamina is crazy, and like from what I see, the best thing I've seen in this fight through we can now completed 11 rounds. The best thing I see is how he gets his head up the line. He'll punch, but he makes sure as he's punching, he's getting his head up the line. He's not staying right here so he can get countered. He's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. He's always getting his head up the line no matter what punch he's throwing. So that shows craft. It's those real technical, subtle things that are making him very, very dangerous. He's the Suleiman Sagawa of 154. Shit, that's a good comparison. Sagawa to me is one of the best featherweights. Straight up, that's one of the best featherweights in the world. But people don't want to give him the credit he deserves. But yeah, right now, guys, if you're just tuning in, shout out to everybody here. It's your boy BT, the Untouchable, True School Sports Empire. Make sure you smash that like button. Listen, I know it's been almost an hour. We're gonna eventually get to Boots and him sparring Canelo, but right now we're reacting to this very important fight, which pertains to Boots, because the winner of this fight is gonna be elevated to champion. And right now, I think Abbas Baraou is in the driver's seat. It's his fight to lose. They just flashed the scorecards, the unofficial scorecard for MVP. They had Tellez up by 1 point heading into this 12th round. So, even the bias ass promotion has this fight close. So that's how he might have a chance to win. Hopefully the judges aren't missing the fight. Okay, Hawker, appreciate you, champ. Thank you. YouTube be on some bullshit. They're trying to keep True School Sports down. But it is what it is. 154 is loaded. Nah, it's a really good division. But like whenever people talk about 154, Yoenis Tellez is not one of the reasons why I would give credit to 154. I always thought, he was the weak link of the division. Still, and the thing is too, like, I don't want to be too harsh on the guy. Like he don't got a whole lot of fights. He needs a lot more work. I feel like his handlers are rushing him. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but yeah, he ain't ready for these kind of fights. Oh, Abbas Baraou with a 6-punch combination, and he gets snapped. He gets snapped to Tellez's head back with a left hook. Good feint there from Abbas Baraou, and then an up jab, and then an overhand right that just misses, and then Tellez lets his hands go, but then Baraou gets underneath the shots and ties him up as we progress closer and closer towards the last minute of the final round. 1 minute, 8 seconds. Who's going to win this final minute? This is a very, very pivotal point in this fight, guys. Very pivotal. Man, this is crazy. Tellez is not like that guy. I've been telling you about Tellez, like, and now he's on the ropes. Now Baraou has him on the ropes again. And the tape on the right glove of Abbas Baraou is completely loose. 30 seconds left here in the final round. Oh, good right hand by Yoenis Tellez. Tellez tries to circle him out the way. He lands a left hook and then a right hand. Good right hand by Tellez. Good stuff. Yoenis Tellez closing very strong here in the final round. Oh, he dropped him. Abbas Baraou scores a knockdown. Tellez is down in the final 10 seconds. That might be the difference right there. That might have just won Abbas Baraou. Yo, they can't rob him. No way. They cannot. You listen, y'all don't want to fight Abbas Baraou. Boots, where you at, champ? Don't stop ducking Abbas Baraou. Come on, guys. Put that. Hold on, man. This dude could fight, guys. I knew within like the first 2 rounds of me watching this dude that this dude could fight. They better not rob him. Yo, if they rob this guy, this is the robbery of the year. He kicked Yoenis Tellez's ass from pillar to post. Man, short, compact. He's real short punches. That's my favorite part. My 2 favorite things about Abbas Baraou, as far as getting my first impressions, is how the way he gets his head off the center line as he's punching. It shows his ring craft, and I love how short he keeps his punches on the inside. Beautiful stuff. They gotta fight him. Now we're gonna see. Who really wants to fight at 154? Because Boots and all them guys, they wanted to fight Yoenis Tellez because he was a weak link, because he was, at that level, he's garbage. So they need to fight Abbas Baraou. All right? Bakram need to fight Abbas Baraou. Or I'm going to start doing a lot of talking. Baraou gets stopped in 6 by Boots. Maybe, but this dude could fight. I like this guy. This guy's better than Stanionis. Skill-wise, I feel like he's better than Stanionis. From what I've seen, I mean, I got to watch more of his career, but this dude has more skills than Stanionis. Where was Baraou when Madjmouth was fighting for the vacant WBA title? Probably somewhere in the rankings. Hell yeah, True School After Dark, yes sir. It looks like we might have a new champion at 154. A new guy might emerge here. Here we go. Here comes a decision. Please do the right thing. Wide card. Wide cards. Better be for Abbas Baraou. Yes! Abbas Baraou, guys. He's done it. He's upset Yoenis Tellez. He is now the WBA interim champion. He's going to get elevated to full champion. So I don't want to hear it. JARON ENNIS, you take care of Lima. I want to see this fight. This is the only fight I want to see now. Don't talk to me about. I don't want to hear about Xander now. I don't want to hear about Bakram. Go fight Abbas Baraou. This dude could fight. Boots would cook him? No. Maybe he would. Maybe he wouldn't. But I think it'd be either way. I think it'd be a good fight. I think it'd be a hell of a fight. This guy's gonna come to fight. This guy has actual skills. No, he's a beast. I love him. I'm a big fan. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and act like I knew a lot about Abbas Baraou. I've seen his name in the rankings and things like that before. This is my first time really seeing him fight, and I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed, because he's an aggressive fighter who's very intelligent, has a whole lot of craft. Well, then prove it. Listen, man. Prove it. Handle Lima. I'm gonna let up on Boots about Lima, because now if he beats Lima and does what he's supposed to do, he can fight for this guy for the belt. Beast. So Abbas Baraou, let's see what he has to say.
it's an incredible moment for me. I've been waiting so long for this moment, and I'm just grateful.
I know you're emotional right now. A lot has taken place to get to this point. Is there anything you want to say to your supporters out there? And also, what have you learned about yourself?
I'm just happy they got it right.
Hey, you know, I'm always emotional. I always work hard and I believe in myself. And to all my friends and family who always stand behind me, everybody who came out tonight, everybody who supported me, big love, big love.
A lot of emotion from this guy.
The heart of a fighter in there. There is so much more on the horizon for you. I know that. We all can see that. This was not what most people expected going into this fight. You showed the world who you are. What more do you want out of this moment, or are you just going to take this in?
Well, I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to chase the next challenges. And, you know, it was very special tonight, so I could prove myself to the whole world, to prove what...
Very true. I agree with that.
And I'm happy it worked all in my favor.
Congratulations on the win. Orlando, put your hands together.
Hey, guys.
Congrats, Tim.
So, Xander Zayas is in the ring. So it looks like Xander Zayas is gonna go ahead and try to get that fight. Hey, forget Boots, guys. It looks like Xander Zayas is trying to go in there and pick off that WBA belt because Xander Zayas is over there talking to him, and they're doing a face-off. Xander and Abbas Baraou are doing a face-off. So I like that fight too. Yo. We have a new player in the 154 division. I love what I saw. Honestly, I love what I saw. This guy can fight. You know, I don't know a ton about him. I heard he fought Jack Colque. I heard maybe he got robbed out there. But from what I've seen in this fight, this dude can fight. I don't care if you guys think like Boots would cook him. Then fight and prove it. Like, just fight the guy. Yeah. My man right here said my boy got the 80s Miami spot. Yeah, man. I lost my gold chain. I used to have a gold chain that I would wear with all these shirts, but I lost it. So I got to buy a new one day. But yeah, man, South Florida, stand up. But anyway, guys, what do you make of it, man? Like, we got a new player in the 154 division, Abbas Baraou from Germany. Just went in there, and you know, I hate to say it, guys, but Yoenis Tellez exposed by Abbas Baraou. Man, I can't believe it. He got exposed on a Saturday. What do you guys think? Based on what you saw, what do you guys think about? Because forget Boots for a second, right? We know Boots is fighting for a WBA eliminator fight, so he could become the mandatory challenger. But as we know in boxing, unifications trump mandatories, and Boots is not. He's gonna be a mandatory if he beats Lima. So Peter Khan, who's Xander's manager, could go to the WBA and make that fight happen. Pay an exorbitant amount of money if he believes in Xander, and beat Abbas Baraou. I thought that's a good fight. You know, Abbas Baraou has more ring craft, in my opinion, than Jorge Garcia Perez. Jorge Garcia Perez is good. He's strong. He's durable, and he throws a lot of punches just like Abbas Baraou. But Baraou, he's got a lot of real subtle skills. I like him. You know why I've kind of got this narrative of Bremo's getting robbed by Luma? He lost because he ain't that good. Ooh. Well, we shall see. Time is the best revealer of all. Of course, he's emotional. Listen, any fighter, no matter where you come from, when you put that pain in the gym, and you win these tough fights, because you know at this level everyone is good. I know boxing fans will downplay fighters, you know, and sometimes I'm guilty of it myself, but I'm smart enough to know, and I've been around boxing long enough to know that at this level everyone is good. They didn't get there on accident. So congrats to him. We have a new player, 154. Listen, man. And I don't think he's gonna be easy pickings. I think, like, you know, I gotta go watch some of his older fights. But based on what I've seen, if he fights like that, when he fights the guys like Xander and Boots, I give him a chance, man. He really showed me a lot in this fight. I know Tellez, of course, Tellez is not on the level of those guys, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like he is. But you know, you can only fight the guys that are in front of you. And he felt like he didn't just fight the guy that was in front of him. He dominated the guy that was in front of him. And he was a guy that a lot of people were really, really high on in Tellez. Not me, but a lot of people in the boxing world, a lot of people in the boxing industry, they were talking Yoenis Tellez up. So, yeah, man, that was pretty fun. And listen, we're over an hour into the live, and I haven't even got to the main part of the live. So listen, make sure you smash that like button. It's True School After Dark. Definitely subscribe, definitely super chat. I appreciate all the support we've been getting this month, guys. It's been great, and some big things are on the horizon. And look, I was just telling my dad, and I was telling people, I was like, you know what, I don't want to travel the rest of this year. And the phone call I got early in the live, it sounds like I'm gonna have to be doing some traveling like very soon. So that's the sport of boxing for you. But nonetheless, guys, let's get to the nitty gritty, because you know, you guys, most of you guys, the majority of you guys, the lion's share of you guys came here to hear about the big news in boxing today, which is the fact that JARON Ennis is sparring, or Canelo Alvarez is sparring JARON Ennis for the Terence Crawford fight. So let's get into that. Let's unpack that for a little bit. We'll go to screen share. Make sure you smash that like button. It's your boy BT. Brennan Taylor, the untouchable True School Sports on the home of boxing. You know, and this is the news today. This was the story of the day in boxing today. You know, because I remember about a month ago, maybe a little longer, I heard Stephen Fulton. Stephen Fulton was saying that Boots is going to spar Canelo about a month ago on Twitter. And and a lot of people thought that he was just chatting, and then boom, this picture drops, and it went viral all over Twitter today. And you know, look how big JARON Ennis is. I mean, I've seen JARON Ennis in person. I've seen Canelo in person, so this isn't shocking to me, but still, it puts into perspective just how big JARON Ennis is. And just imagine, this guy is this big getting down the welterweight. So look, man, I've given JARON Ennis a hard time for not fighting Brian Norman Jr. I still would love to see it at 154 in the future, but you know, when you look at this picture right here, it puts things into perspective. I don't know how the hell Boots is getting down to 147, but he was doing it. And he said he was feeling good, so that's why I gave him a hard time. But man, this is crazy. So, is this good sparring like for Canelo? I think this is probably the best sparring he could get for this fight, because number one, JARON Ennis is one of the best fighters in the world in terms of skill set. He still has to prove it against other top fighters, but if we're talking about pure raw skill set, he's probably one of the best fighters in the world. And I've seen him spar in the gym, so I know how good he is. That's why I get frustrated with Boots sometimes. But you know, he's the guy that is gonna bring some size to the table. He's bringing that versatility, you know, that ability to switch hit, which is something that Canelo is going to have to be able to navigate if he wants to have any success against Terence Crawford. One thing I like about Canelo, because he's dropped a couple of training clips, you know, he looks like he's working a lot on it. He's practicing a lot on the straight right hand. I saw him doing some pivots. I'm seeing Canelo do a lot of things, even in these little clips that I don't normally see him do when he puts out these training clips. I don't, you know, Canelo's not a guy that pivots a whole lot. He's not a guy that, you know, I wouldn't say the straight right hand is a punch that he's renowned for. You know, left hooks, yes. Uppercuts, yes. Overhand rights at times, yes, but not the straight right hand. So the fact that he's game planning and you see him on the pads fire a straight right hand a lot, I feel like he's anticipating Terence Crawford coming out on the southpaw stance. And, you know, when you're fighting a southpaw fighter, the punch that will neutralize the southpaw and get the southpaw's attention is the straight right hand. The straight right hand is the southpaw killer. So if Canelo wants to navigate what Crawford is bringing to the table, you know, he's going to have to be able to have an answer for when Crawford inevitably, because I do believe Terence Crawford in that fight is going to be a southpaw, because Terence Crawford is normally always a southpaw in most of his fights. So if that situation and if that opportunity presents itself, Terence Crawford is gonna, or Canelo Alvarez is gonna need to know how to navigate, you know, Terence Crawford out of the southpaw stance. So look, so Stephen Fulton said that today that this was today. As you guys can see, he said that this was today. And yeah, you know, really good sparring. Now, I mentioned to you guys why that sparring matters. Let me talk about why this sparring could ultimately prove to be useless. Because I mean, I think objectively it is good sparring, but I'm gonna tell you this. But I'm gonna tell you guys one thing about Terence Crawford. There's one distinct difference between Terence Crawford and JARON Ennis. and there's one particular thing that Terence Crawford has that you like Jaron Ennis is a good fighter, but he's very over reliant upon his athleticism. Terence Crawford to me is a sharper fighter. Down the middle, he's a sharper fighter. He's a better counter puncher. He's a better mover. He's got better feet. He's better than Jaron Ennis at a good amount of things. So you're never gonna fully replicate Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford is Terence Crawford. But I think it's good sparring. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is Terence Crawford or is Jaron Ennis the best sparring for Terence Crawford? Because not only do I feel like this sparring is good for Canelo, I think the sparring is good for Boots. Boots is going to 54 for the first time. He's taking out a big, strong, durable guy, Usima Lima, whose skills I know for a fact are not up to par at Boots Ennis' skills, but he is big and he's strong. I think it's a great way to get Jaron Ennis accustomed to, stronger fighters. Canelo Alvarez, if we're talking about physical strength, durability, these kind of things, you're not going to get too much better in boxing than him. So I feel like, but while it's also good for Canelo in preparation for his fight, I think it's also great preparation for Boots Ennis in his upcoming fight, which is a very important fight in his career. Boots has to come out here and he's got to show up and he's got to look good. Crawford has better feats than Boots. I disagree. I mean, that's your opinion. I disagree with you on that one. I think Terence has better feet than Boots. Boots is more athletic. I feel like Boots might have more quick twitch muscles. He might be a more athletic fighter, but the guy with more intelligent feet in that boxing ring, if we're talking about Crawford and Ennis, is Terence Crawford. I've never seen Terence Crawford have a hard time cutting off the ring against someone the way Boots did against Karen. I honestly don't think the fight will be competitive. Canelo can't be hurt, and Crawford gets hurt easily. Yeah, I mean, I'm going with a Canelo Alvarez right now. I mean, my prediction could always change, but I've been pretty consistent, since January that I think that Canelo's probably gonna win a decision. I don't know, man. Canelo Alvarez is pulling out some stops for his training. It looks like he's really taking this real serious. Maybe this is a fight that he's needed for all these years to finally be up for it, because even with Bivol, like even when he fought Bivol, even though Bivol was champion and Bivol was a bigger guy, Bivol was coming off of some real suspect performances, pedestrian performances. So I feel like even for that fight, Canelo wasn't even preparing his best. And I'm not no Canelo fan, but I'm not making no excuses. I'm the guy that named his channel Canelo Exposed by Bivol. So I'm not gonna sit here and make it no excuses for him. But Terence Crawford's a bigger name. This is a bigger event. There's a lot more riding on this fight. There's a lot more embarrassment that would come along with Canelo Alvarez if he loses to a guy that was a 135 pounder at one point in his career, welterweight pretty much. So yeah, man. Are you picking Crawford to beat Canelo too? I'm not. Right now, I got Canelo by decision. That could change by fight week, but I got Canelo by decision at this moment in time. He says, what? But because Majmov is a better fighter and also the dig and stuff, I thought he won against. No, stop. Like, it was a close fight. I thought Majmov won 4, maybe 5 rounds, but he didn't win that fight. He didn't throw enough punches. And like you guys know, like for those of you who watch me on a consistent basis, you know how I feel about Majmov. Like Majmov is he's good. Like I acknowledge his skills. Like really good footwork. Can punch, but he focuses too much on being this herky jerk fighter. So I feel like because he focuses so much on being awkward that it takes away and it's counterproductive. He would be a lot better if he would just let his fucking hands go and just commit to his shots. But he gets real herky jerky. So I feel like it takes away from the fighter he could be. So I don't like his style. And I think I think he's overrated and people make a big deal about him, but that's just my opinion. I don't think he won that fight, Crawford. I was there at that fight. I thought the fight was like 7-5, Crawford 8-4. Majmov didn't do enough. Another thing is politics. Bud ain't winning a decision in Vegas. Probably not. And I think, in my opinion, when Hamza Shiraz knocked out Edgar Berlanga, Terence Crawford was the biggest loser of that night because Turkey, we all know Turkey Al-Sheikh loves Hamza Shiraz. That's the golden boy of Riyadh season. And I think behind closed doors, the fight they really, really want to make is Hamza Shiraz versus Canelo. I think that's a fight that they want to do. So, you know, it is what it is. What do you guys think? Shout out to my boy Matt Borgeson with the first super chat alive. Shout out to you, Matt. Good to see you once again. Chevy says, I don't think Boots spar with Canelo has any benefits really. Spar with him to train versus Mosley too. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Canelo is aging. You know, I'm not gonna disagree with you. Canelo is aging, but you know, people keep using that against Canelo, and I feel like people aren't being fair. Did some of you guys watch the Madrimon fight? Like, you may have watched the Madrimon fight, but like, did you really interpret what was going on? Because Crawford looked old too. They both old. So in a sense, like, while this is a big fight, and you know, I'm starting to get a little bit excited about it because I'm seeing who both these fighters are training with and sparring with. Isn't it fair to say, like, isn't it kind of sad in a sense? Like, I want you guys to think about it. This is going to be one of the biggest fights of the year, probably the second biggest fight in boxing behind Jake Paul and Tank, right? Isn't it kind of sad in the sense that the biggest fight, or one of the biggest fights in boxing, is going to be between a guy who's like 38 years old and a guy who's like, what, 35, 36 in Canelo? You know, that's where we're at in the sport. So, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of how I view it. But people have made a big deal about Canelo aging. I feel like people aren't really keeping that same energy with Bud. Bud looked old too. He looked every bit his age his last fight too. Shout out to my boy Matt Borgeson. He says Yoenis Tellez just got stopped. He didn't get stopped. He got dropped in the 10th round. You got here a little bit late. We were actually I was reacting to the fight. We were talking about the fight as it was happening. We had a whole hour of pretty much just focusing on that fight before we even got to the main idea of this live. So we did watch it. Shout out to Abbas Baraou from Germany. You know, a new challenger, a new name has emerged in the 154 division. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you never heard of this guy. I don't want to hear that he's too dead. Nah, man. Y'all need to go see Abbas Baraou. Xander Zayas and him did a face-off ringside. So maybe, just maybe, the next fight in the division could be Abbas Baraou. I mean, Baraou is going to be elevated to champion. Xander's champion. Boots is fighting Lima in an eliminator fight. So Boots will be a mandatory if he beats Lima. Unification's Trump mandatory. So what it really comes down to in that scenario is, will Peter Khan, Top Rank Boxing, and all the parties involved, will they offer the money? Will they even overpay if they have to prevent Abbas Baraou from fighting JARON ENNIS? We shall see. It's really interesting to see the chessboard at 154 right now. BT, I saw that Yo-Yo was out there assisting Canelo as well. Do you think him and Boots got some work in? Oh, for sure. For sure. There's no way in hell Boots' big ass didn't get some working with Yoan Elise Hernandez. That's good work for him, you know. Boots is damn near a middleweight now, and Yoan Elise is a middleweight himself, and he's very strong. So why wouldn't he? Go ahead and get that work in, you know? Guess who beat Abbas before? Jack Koke. Yeah, I seen that. I gotta go watch that fight. A lot of people are saying that that Jack Koke really lost that fight and that Abbas Baraou got screwed. So I don't know, man. I have to go watch that fight. But you know, it is good. It is a good win. It is a good win to have. His win has aged like a fine wine. The people want to know. The streets want to know what has happened to Jermell Charlo at 154. I don't know, man. Jermell every month he goes on Instagram and he posts these videos of him shadow boxing, saying that the king of 154 is back, and then he's got unfinished business, and then this, that, and the third, and then time just goes on, and we don't hear about any fights. So I don't know. I have no idea. Xander is not staying on 154. He's big already. Well, I think at minimum he's gonna try to unify. He might. You know what? Xander might fight Abbas Baraou, which I don't think is gonna be an easy fight. I think Abbas Baraou can't fight. But I think he might try to beat him. Shit, you might see Xander fight Abbas Baraou, become the unified champion, and then go to 160. Because if he can't make 54, he can go to 160. And 160 is pretty weak right now. 160 division is one of the in my opinion, the wackest weight class in boxing right now. The most, like, probably the thinnest division in boxing right now. I would say 160 and probably light flyweight are the two thinnest divisions in boxing right now. There's not a whole lot of depth in those weight classes, you know? My man right here said Jamel Charlo's out here being a real estate mogul. Hey, you got to have a life after boxing, but yeah, he needs to figure out, is his heart really in it? Like, just be honest with yourself. If you don't got it in your heart to continue, then just say that. But don't go on Instagram every month and then be like, hey, I'm coming back. The King 154 is back. Mister, keep running your mouth. Like, no, you have to make a decision. Do you really want this or not? Hell yeah, bro. I really enjoyed the fight. Like, I didn't have no big expectations for the Tellez Baraou fight, but I was thoroughly entertained. And the thing is, it wasn't so much that he was just throwing punches. It was that he was skillful. He was throwing combinations, getting his half the line, counter punching, changing his guard. Sometimes he'd be in the high guard. Sometimes he had his lead hand down. He was countering him. He showed a lot of skills, a lot of skills in that fight. From what I've heard about Brian Castano, I've heard that Brian Castano pretty much got his couple of checks in the Charlo fights, and he's content. Like, he got real fat in Argentina, and he stopped living the life of a fighter. So he pretty much retired. Matt Borgeson says, I was very high on Tellez, so this is shocking. I mean, I was never high on Tellez. I seen Tellez fight maybe once or twice, and I'm like, yo, because people that like Boots would hype him up to me, and then people I know in Florida, because he fights in a lot of cards in Florida, so a lot of people in the boxing industry that I know in Florida would say, yo, BT, to your ENNIS Tellez is the future. And I'm like, bro, he's not like that. So all it took was a crafty volume puncher, and that was it. He got found out. Hyro says, Ramos is going to be the king of middleweight. I feel like Ramos is going to get lost in the shuffle of middleweight. Middleweight needs some life. As long as you don't fight Ian Green, it'll be all right, champ. Do you know who's about to be the next 147 champion? Andy Hiroka. Boots gone, so he's going to move up. Well, they got to make a decision soon because he's been waiting for quite a while to get his shot at 140, and they're not really trying to do that. So yeah, I don't know, man. I like Hiroka. I feel like he's not getting that push that he deserves, in Japan. Tellez cost me over 1,000 because he couldn't stop J-Rock. That's terrible, Everyone has to stay away from Yohan Elise Hernandez. Nah. I wouldn't say everyone. I mean, I think Yohan Elise Hernandez is good. But I don't think he's as good as advertised. He gonna have to show me. I haven't seen enough yet to really fully buy in yet. Thank you, Matt. BT, do you think the dominance goes to 168? I mean, yeah, Johnny Beck and him can't. Johnny Beck and him and all parties involved, they can't seem to get none of the fights done. So, it's like, might as well. But yeah, I mean, the Canelo sparring is cool. It's cool. It's cool. For Boots. I wonder if they're ever gonna drop any footage on that, like in the future. I would like to know how the sparring went. I had somebody in the live earlier come and say that Canelo apparently dropped Boots, but you don't know. You always see these sparring stories. Half the time it's bullshit. Your boy Tio turned down another fight and spreading love the Brooklyn way. Listen, man, that's the Brooklyn him. Because if he was from South Florida, he would never turn it down. I don't know, man. He won a couple fights. He really put himself ahead of his peers very, very early in his boxing career. And then he had that one night against Josh Taylor. But if there was ever a fighter in the sport of boxing that has been resting on their laurels, it's Teofimo Lopez. And it's sad because I'm a big fan of him. And but he's turned down he turned down Brian Norman Jr. He turned down Matias. He's the Shakur thing now. I mean, but to be fair, I'm not gonna hold the Shakur thing against him, because let's be realistic, right? Let's be realistic, right? Shakur Stevenson is signed with Turkey, right? So he operates under the Turkey Al Sheikh umbrella. Teofimo Lopez just got into a bunch of hot water with Turkey Al Sheikh because he said he was like making fun of the fact that Terence Crawford was holding hands with Turkey. Apparently, he made some comments about Saudi Arabia that Turkey didn't like. So Turkey already said, look, we're not going to have Teo on no Riyadh season Ring Magazine cards. So even if Teo wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson, I don't think it would have been able to happen anyway, because he's already in hot water with Turkey Al Sheikh. That's just my opinion. But what I will say is, at some point in time, he needs to take, he needs to start taking some of these fights, because he got offered the Matias fight last year, didn't want to take it. Got before Brian Norman Jr. beat any of these guys and went on one of those hot streak. When Brian Norman Jr. was probably like, when his stock was a lot lower, he could have fought him. He turned that fight down. So it's just like, I don't know. You're not high on Hernandez, but you're confident because Laura's old, bro. And Laura, I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not dumb, bro. They're picking the right opponents for Laura. There's actually a lot of guys at 160 that will beat Laura. They're just not matching them up with Laura. And at least Hernandez would beat Laura. Ian Green beat Laura. A couple guys beat Laura. Teo was special, but it's hard to showcase that if you keep turning down fight after fight. That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, boxing is a young man's game, and you can't afford to waste time, because what's going to happen is you're going to blink, and all of a sudden you're going to be 31, you're going to be 32, you're going to be 40. You're going to be out the game. You turning down fights, you're wasting time, you're going to be out the damn game. So it's just like, it's unfortunate, because I'm a big fan, So I'm saying, like, he ain't really done anything. Hey BT, how you doing? And how's Pops? You should bring him on the streams more often. I love Pops. I love when he's on the streams. Sometimes, he's just tired and he can't come on. My dad has like PTSD from the wars and stuff, and he takes a lot of medication. So sometimes it's not even good for his health to be on these lives. When Pops gets on the live, we got to make sure he's like 150% ready to go. It's a whole process to get my dad ready for these lives. But once we get the car started, as you guys can see, it makes for good lives. But I'm sure I'll be here soon. Right now, we're in round 4 of Yankia Rivera and Angelina Cordova. Yankia Rivera is beating the shit out of Angelina Cordova. It looks like he's about to get a stoppage. Yankia Rivera could be the next opponent for Ricardo Sandoval in the not so distant future. That's what I'm saying. Like, Teofimo Lopez, it's not 2017 anymore. Like, he's already 27 or 28. He's gonna be 30 in 2 years. Like, you got to fight. I do think Yoeli Hernandez is good though, along with Iglesias. But those guys, Andy Cruz, are the only Cubans who impress me. Yeah, man. It's I like Morel. I like Morel. I like Iglesias. I think Iglesias and obviously Morel. I like those guys. Yoeli is good, but I'm not ready to buy fully into him yet. I haven't really seen enough. He ain't really fought no one. The WBA is doing too much. He ain't really fought no one worth a damn. And I know the guys on his resume, so I can speak about the guys on his resume. He ain't really fought no one worth a damn yet. So let me see him step up the competition a bit more, and then see what he can do. Understand me? Shout out to Matt Borgeson with the $2 super chat. He says, Morel is very impressive too. He fought a machine. Morel is very good. He fought Katayev and he fought Benavidez back-to-back. So you got to give him some credit. Hopefully, though, Morel can take an easier fight. I think if there's any fighter in boxing that deserves an easier fight, it's him. You fight Benavidez, you fight Katayev, you're fighting some guys that come to win, guys that are really dangerous. And then, sometimes tune-ups are good for a fighter's longevity. Like, sometimes these guys need tune-ups. How about Hitchens trying to bring up Lamar Roach from 135 when there's smoke at 140? Bullshit. Listen, anything but Matias. We know who he won't fight. We know he don't want to fight Matias. him and Teofimo Lopez have the same manager, right? You would think it'd be easy to make the fight because of that, but no, I think the fight will actually be a little harder to make because of that, because Keith Conley's gonna have his own business interests, so he might want to build those guys' value up before he matches those guys with each other. But yeah, we know Hitchens isn't gonna touch Super Matias with a 15-foot pole, so that's what it is. You missed my super chats before. What super chats that I missed? I've read all your super chats, Matt. I've read every last one of them. Oh, he said, he said Moten versus Roach. Who do I got? Yeah, okay. Roach. Right now, Roach. You know, Canelo Moten is definitely not ready for that at all. I've seen Canelo Moten spar high-level guys in the gym. I saw Canelo Moten spar Angelo Leo about 8 rounds last year at Bones Adams Boxing Gym. He's good, but he needs to take his time. He's not ready for that fight. Floyd's gonna fuck around and get his fighter beat. Don't get it twisted. Tia was special, in my opinion, very good. Listen, when Teofimo Lopez is in these fights against guys that present real danger, he has moments where he looks special, you know. But it's like those moments are getting fewer and far between as the years go on. So it's like we want to see Tio show some consistency, because for every, you know, Lomachenko or Josh Taylor fight, there's a Kambosos or Nakatani fight, you know. So consistent for Tio. The name of the game is consistency. My man, I Am Mexico says, who should Sego Uriakoi fight as of now? He told me he has no plans as of right now. What is he at, 112? If I could choose a fight for Sego Uriakoi at 112, I would have Sego fight probably. Where is he at? Maybe he could fight like Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez, or he could fight where's that guy at? Kento Hatanaka, maybe? Yeah, no, he's at 115. I would say he could fight Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez or like a Felix Alvarado, something like that. You know, those are good fights, good comeback fights. You know, a guy I was impressed with recently is Gary Russell. Gary Russell Jr. or Gary Anton Russell? Shout out to everybody here. Rock with me, it's your boy BT. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This whole the beginning of the live threw me off with that phone call. So my bad if I'm like all over the place. But get your questions in. I'm gonna be live for like maybe 30 more minutes. I'm gonna make it an even 2 hours, and then I'm gonna get up off here. But smash that like button. Definitely super chat. Take the time to subscribe. We here. A True School After Dark. Oh, you said the older one? Yeah. Well, he fought a guy that came forward, that flat-footed Mexican dude that came forward. They got him the right opponent, but you know, look, he's old. He ain't fought in a while, as has been the case with his whole career. So you know, good for him. Good for him. Good for him to get back in the ring and do his thing. So Kyron Davis isn't good. He beat Elijah Garcia. Why are you bringing up Kyron Davis? Kyron Davis is good. Kyron Davis gave Dave Benavidez a good fight. No, Kyron Davis is good. He's solid. He did upset Elijah Garcia. No, he's a good fighter. Do you think Jasmine Artigua versus Misuki Hiruta is next? I have not thought about that fight, because I'll be honest with you, these days I don't really ponder women's boxing that much these days, but that'd be a good fight. They're in the same weight class. It's a good fight. I know Jasmine Artiga's been around for years. I know she's managed by Peter Khan. Mizuki Hiruta is one of the like future stars of women's boxing. I know she signed to Tom Loeffler. That'd be a good fight. Why not? Oh, he said because you said Hernandez hasn't fought anyone. Hernandez outclassed Kyron Davis. He's okay. I mean, he's solid. He's solid, but like the way some of you go on and on about Yohan Luis Hernandez, bro. I'm sorry. He need to fight someone better than Kyron Davis. Before I buy into because y'all talking about Yohan Luis Hernandez because he's in the gym with Canelo and the WBA his up his ass. Like, nah, bro. Show me a little more before I buy in. Shout out to my boy, LA Lakers 17, Philippians 4:13. Good to see you, champ. He says, when does the puck drop, man? You telling me, man? I'm counting down the days to hockey season because, as you guys know, the best team in sports, in any sport, I'm talking about baseball, basketball, football, hockey. The best team in any sport is the Florida Panthers. You know, the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, been in the final 3 years in a row. We're about to three-peat this year, so I'm very excited about this season. Opening night for us is October 7th against the Chicago Blackhawks. So I'm excited. You know, it's fun. You know what? You know, I'm a little tired, so let me get up. Since you brought it up, Philippians 4:13. Look, I'm gonna show you. Look, this is my Florida Panthers wall. Look, so this is my Florida Panthers wall. I got my Florida Panthers Stanley Cup magazines. This is the magazine from this year, and then that's the magazine from the season before. So, you know, back-to-back champs. You know, shout out to the Panthers. I got me and my friend Pablo there. I got me and Pops. I got me as a kid. I got me at the game like 20 years ago. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for hockey season. I'm ready to see the Panthers do the thing again. I'm going through withdrawals because, you know, when I'm not watching boxing during the season, like hockey's like my escape from boxing. So I wish I really, really wish it was hockey season. But soon enough. I mean, the Eagles is cool, but like they're not back-to-back champions. They haven't gone to 3 Super Bowls in a row. Florida Panthers, back-to-back champions. They've been in the final 3 years in a row. So right now, it's not even being biased. We're just going by the last three years. They're the best team in American sports. What is my prediction for the Jake Paul Tank undercard? I don't know, man. I know it's in Atlanta. I'll tell you guys this: if Ryan Norman Jr. wasn't fighting, it would have been cool to have Ryan Norman Jr. on that card because they're in Atlanta. What are my thoughts on Yohan Tellez getting exposed? I mean, it's not surprising. I've been telling you guys he's the weakest champion of the division. He's not what you guys think. Been saying that for a while now, and people are not listening. A lot of you guys are now saying that JARON Ennis is going to test positive for steroids because he was with Canelo. I'm going to tell y'all this. If JARON Ennis does somehow test positive for steroids, then yeah, we're putting all the blame on Canelo. I couldn't find footage, but Aoi Yokoyama went 10 rounds with Baba. He lost 4 rounds and got a significant swelling. Somebody actually sent me the full fight on Twitter, so I gotta watch this. And I'll DM me on Twitter, Reverse Lee, and I'll get it to you. I'm supposed to watch it myself. Hayato Tsutsumi versus Lamont Roach at 130. Who do I got? It's a good fight. I'll go with Roach. I think right now Roach is a little too physical for Tsutsumi, but you give Tsutsumi maybe a fight or two more, and then I will go with Tsutsumi. But right now, like they fought tomorrow, I'll lean towards Roach. How do you think Junto versus Bam would have gone if they would have fought? And if Bam were to beat him, is he top 5 or even top 3 pound for pound? If they would have fought, it's a hell of a question. They're never gonna fight, but if they did fight, I would say I would go with Junto in that fight. I think Junto will beat him by decision. But if he could beat him, oh my God. If he could beat Junto, then yeah, put him as high as you want. I'm going to be at the Wells Fargo Center for Boots first and go to enjoy it, brother. Enjoy fight night. I'm not going to be there. Based on the phone call I just got during this live, sounds like I'm going to the West Coast very, very soon, I got to watch a new video about Virgil and Lubin. Yes, go watch it. Go watch all the videos. All kinds of good content on True School. He fought better guys than Ian Green. Ian Green got a split decision with the Castro dude on Don King. Castro is better than Chiron. Ian Green fought Tyler Howard. Ian Green fought good people, bro. You stop tripping. I'll tell you this: if Joanna at least fought Ian Green, he wouldn't be Ian Green. Any news on Angelo's next fight? I've heard some names, but I can't really say for sure. I've heard some names. I can't really say, but you know, when it does happen, maybe I'll have him come. Maybe I'll have him come announce on here. Abbas Baraou deserves a big fight, but I think guys will duck him. Probably, you know. Well, I don't know. From the way it looked like Xander Zayas is going to go ahead and try and fight him. BT is going to the Canelo-Crawford fight. No, I'm not. That's not why I'm going to the West Coast. I'm going to go to the West Coast, but it ain't going to be for that. Straight up. I'll be straight up with you guys. I'll be going to the West Coast probably here really, really shortly. I don't know when, but very, very shortly. But it's not for that. It's for something a lot more personal and more important. And it's not for Angelo Leo either. So don't assume that it's for Angelo Leo either. It's for something else we have in the works that I'm very excited about. Inouye's fight is in 20. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Inouye's fight. Shit, we should go live for that fight. That's the fight we should go live. That's the fight we should go live for. Because I know a lot of you guys missed the live fight reactions and things like that. No, it's not. It's not for Leo. I might go see Angelo after this, but the reason I'm about to go to the West Coast has nothing to do with Angelo Leo. In fact, it has nothing to do with even an American fighter, and I'll just leave it at that. What are your thoughts on the WWE selling tickets for tens of thousands of dollars? I don't have any thoughts on that. I don't have any thoughts on WWE. I don't really watch WWE like that anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if Top Rank breaks the new team. Ooh, I can see that. Xander Zayas, Abbas Baraou, unification fight, Top Rank on Stars. I could definitely see it. They ended Top Rank on ESPN with Xander. They could begin Top Rank on Stars with Xander. So why not? Unification fight, a way to build their next Puerto Rican champion. I could see it. I could definitely see it. And it's crazy because this live was supposed to be about Boots versus Canelo. We barely talked about Boots versus Canelo. Abbas Baraou hijacked this whole live. This whole live has been about Abbas Baraou beating the brakes off Yohannes Tellez. When this live is done, I'm about to go change this live from Canelo sparring JARON and Crawford to Abbas Baraou exposes Yohannes Tellez. Hell yeah. We got like 15 minutes, guys. Drop your questions down below. Smash that like button. We here, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. True School After Dark. Giving it to you guys raw and uncut, live and direct. This showcases us, BT. We care about boxing. We definitely care about boxing. You know, this is a definitely, you know, like right now, look, boxing is at a slow time. It's at a very, very slow time in the sport. But we're here. We're talking about fights that, you know, maybe casuals don't care about. But we're here. We're here talking boxing. Abbas is going to have to fight Boots. No, he's not. No, he doesn't. Because Abbas Baraou is a champion. Xander Zayas is a champion. He could just file an exemption. File an exemption, do the unification fight. He doesn't have to. What it all comes down to really is will Top Rank and Peter Khan put the money up for Xander to get the unification fight, because Xander was in the ring. So he don't got to fight him. Boots might actually have to fight Virgil. Bro, I mentioned this. Abbas was like a plus 750. Yeah, he was a sizable underdog. I saw the odds. You're right. So hey, good on him. Why do Haney fans think so highly of his chances against Norman? He's had one shitty fight at 147. They've deluded themselves into thinking that Devin Haney's resume is going to mean anything when he fights Brian Norman Jr. Richard Torres, the future of USA heavyweights. He's all we've got at this point, damn near. I was wondering if you have heard of Mikuru Asakura and Kai Asakura before, biggest MMA superstar in Japan. No, I don't know. I barely know about American MMA, so you damn. I don't know anything about Japanese MMA. Crazy thought BT would Top Rank allow Zayas to fight on the Tank versus Paul undercard. Would they allow him? No, I don't. I think they look at him as a main event fighter. I don't think they do that with him. Maybe other fighters, but not him. Shout out to that guy. Whoever that guy was gets a lot of credit because I didn't really see too many people saying that Abbas Bro is going to go up there and beat Tellez. Ill Will says, yes, he does. He's going to get elevated in Boots for the Super Belt benefits. He's fighting Boots. Ain't nothing. Bass ain't nothing until he's elevated. We'll see, man. We shall see. All I'm saying is I saw Xander Zayas in the ring facing off with him. One thing I know about boxing is money talks. So I know who's behind Xander. It's very influential people. We'll see, but I'm not bothered either way. If we get Abbas Baraou versus Boots, I'll be happy. If we get Abbas Baraou against Xander, I'll be happy. They're both good fights. Bro, we all know that this is Photoshop pick of Boots. Boots and Canelo. Look at Canelo's green glove. It's mismatched red glove. And look at Boots' head. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. These days with AI and Photoshop, anything is possible. But Stephen Fulton, who knows Boots personally, says that Boots was in Philly, was sparring Canelo today. BT Zayas and Fedor did a stare down and nothing happened. True, fair enough. So maybe Xander is actually the only one in this weight class that really wants to smoke. He's the only one who says yes to Virgil. He's the only one that runs down these guys. He's gonna fight Giovanni Santillan in Puerto Rico next. Ain't that some shit? You're right. I seen that video. There's a video of Canelo hitting the double M bag and Boots hitting the punching bag. I seen that video. I know exactly what video you're talking about. BT, if Xander next fight isn't in Puerto Rico next, he's ducking Virgil because Top Rank has no money to make big fights. Top Rank barely has a network, but they got money. Don't ever say Top Rank don't got money. If there's a promotional company that has money, it's definitely Top Rank. Like Ryan put him down 4 or 5 times. Why can't a bigger, stronger Norman do that? Sasaki hits way harder than Haney, and he walked right through it. That's a fact. People behind all the talk of who is Sasaki, Sasaki's not good. We never heard of that guy. What they don't realize is that Sasaki is one of the hardest punches at 147, and Norman had no problem with him. So I'm just saying, it literally wouldn't shock me if Norman knocked out Devin Haney before even quicker than he did Sasaki. Do I expect it? No. But do I think it's very possible? Yes, I do. I think it's very possible Norman could get Haney out of there in 4 rounds or less. I think Haney's going to box circles around Brian. We'll see, man. Even like my thing with Devin is like even when you go back and you watch his best fights, because to me, I think the best fight in terms of boxing was the Linares fight. I think the Linares, he got like the Linares fight, and I mean maybe Ramirez, but Ramirez was shot to pieces. I don't put no stock in the Ramirez fight. He was shot to pieces, very compromised, had no speed at all to speak of. I don't put no stock into the Ramirez fight. To me, when I think of Devin Haney's sharpest fights as a boxer, I'm thinking of the Linares fight, or even like Regis. But like, he's a guy like Devin. I think Devin's boxing ability, like he is obviously a good technical fighter, but you guys look at him like he's Richardson Hitchens or like a guy who's this overwhelmingly elite technical fighter. I don't think he's an elite technical fighter. I think he's a guy that has enjoyed a size advantage for most of his career. And he's going to get found out. Since I'm not American, I'm not familiar with the stream platform Stars. Is it big in the US? It's not big. Like it's not as like people know Stars because Stars has like it's known for like showing movies and they got like big shows like Power on there, but it's a massive downgrade from like ESPN. And Harold says, BT, you were wrong about Stars. When you sign up for Stars for 3 months, it's $4.99. Well, from what I read, and I stand corrected, but from what I read, it was like $10.99 a month. But if it's $4.99, then it's $4.99. I don't have Stars, so I don't know. True School, the best move Xander could do for his next fight is pay Bachram to go unify in Puerto Rico and then move up to 160. I don't know if that's the best move. Bachram's pretty damn strong. I think the best move would be to fight Abbas Baraou, beat him, and then go to 160. Stars has a big urban market. That's true, because Stars has Power, which is like one of the biggest urban shows in America. To be honest with you guys, I haven't watched the Stars channel like in 20 years. I remember like back in the day, my uncle who I was living with, he used to like 20 years ago, I had an uncle who knew how to hack DirecTV satellite. So we used to get all the free channels. We used to get like free Stars, free pay-per-views. I mean, I watched damn near every WWE pay-per-view from like 2000 to 2003 because my uncle knew how to hack satellites and get all the channels and stuff. So that was the last time I really consistently watched Stars. Other than that, I haven't really watched Stars since then. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. Apparently, they're gonna have ESPN or Top Rank is gonna have to make a bunch of cuts, to their employees because they're saying the overhead is too much. So we might not see some of my favorite commentators on Top Rank. That was a good performance from Jose Ramirez, though. Well, that makes it even worse. Like, bro, Jose, I didn't think it was that great a performance, but I'm telling you guys, man, Devin is gonna get hurt bad in this fight. I really believe that. If Devin proves me wrong, I'm gonna look at him in a whole different light. He's gonna get a whole different level of credit than I'll give anybody. But I think Devin's gonna. I think this is Devin Haney's last world title fight. He's never fighting for a world title ever again after this fight. He's gonna get hurt that bad in this fight. Credit to Jake Paul's MVP. They signed the best streaming platform out there. Almost everyone on the planet Earth has Netflix. That's true. I mean, a lot of people in America still don't know what the hell DAZN is. Very few people in America. I mean, in my opinion, from what I know, I feel like I don't really hear people say that they watch Stars. But I know a whole bunch of people that say, Netflix. In America, there's a popular saying amongst the younger demographic and the younger generation when a man and a woman want to hang out, they say let's Netflix and chill, which is code for something else. But they don't say, hey, let's Stars and chill, let's DAZN and chill. No, it's let's Netflix and chill. Stars has a younger demographic than other premium networks. Yeah, let's see how it goes, man. Top Rank always, they've been around for years. They didn't survive this long on accident. So let's see. They're supposed to get a second network. They're gonna have some of their fighters boxing on other shows. So it's an intriguing time in our sport, honestly. I hope they do Christina Poncher as a commentator and nobody else. The bare minimum I'm asking for ESPN is for them to get Christina Poncher to start commentating the Japanese fights again. They had these two nerdy guys that commentate, and they're not bad, but like they suck compared to Christina Poncher. Christina Poncher is like the top of the top. She really is a consummate professional, and she really made those Japanese commentaries on ESPN at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. She made them like top notch. So this last show, when they had Ken Shell versus Sandoval, they had these British dudes commentating Japanese boxing, and I never ever in my life ever want to hear British commentary over Japanese boxing. That shit pissed me off to no end. It was bad. Shout out to my boy Rebel Rico. Good to see you, champ. I think Top Rank should get a deal with the Apple TV if Netflix, if not possible. Yo, if they could, if Top Rank could do like a co-promotion deal where they have, their 11 dates, their smaller shows on Stars, but then have you know, their big shows, get a big budget from Apple TV. Yo, that'd be big. Hell yeah, bro. Like I got a lot of love for British people and the British boxing fans, but I hate British commentary. It's terrible. Especially when they put like Ade Oladipo on there and he's talking about soccer in the middle of boxing. Like, I mean, I like soccer too, but like I don't want to hear about what you think about Chelsea and Bayern Munich and PSG when there's boxing on. I don't care. Right then and there. I mean, you gotta talk to your boy Al Heyman. You gotta talk to Al Heyman about that. If Al Heyman has to go get those guys the deals. We've been hearing about Al Heyman and PBC securing a second network and this supposed big rollout, and they have Amazon, but there's not really any rollout. You know, still waiting for the rollout. Who's my favorite boxing commentary? That's a great question. I would say right now. I mean, I guess I like Pro Box. I think they do a great job. I really enjoy Christina Ramirez. I said Christina Ramirez. I meant Christina Pancha, not Christina Ramirez, Robert Garcia's niece. Christina Pancha. I liked her commentary early in the morning for the Japanese shows. But really, I would say actually my favorite boxing commentary would probably be Keith Thurman. When Keith Thurman does commentary on PBC, that's probably my favorite. You know? Shout out to my boy Matt Borgeson with the $2 super chat. He says they also glaze the hell out of mid fighters. Yeah, man. And another problem with British boxing commentators is that British boxing commentators, they really glaze the hell out of these pillow-fisted fighters. I feel like they give too much credit to guys that just box. And sometimes they don't even be doing anything. You know? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Are there any Japanese commentaries? I mean, I don't understand Japanese fluently yet. I mean, I know a couple words. So, you know, I can't really tell you who right now. Give me a couple years and I'll tell you who, but right now I can't tell you. BT, what's the worst commentary in boxing? Ooh, that's tough. Basically anything on the zone, whether it's American or British, just anything on the zone. Straight up. Japanese commentators go hard, and I don't even know what they're saying. They have a lot of passion. They start yelling like crazy when dudes get knockouts. I like the Japanese commentary. Man, how the hell is Yankia Rivera and Angelina Cordova still going on? Like Cordova, Yankiel should have been packed up Angelina Cordova. Like, I don't know, man. Yankiel, I don't know about Yankiel, man. Yankiel's good, but I don't know about him. How good is Yuga Osaki, my man? Are you asking the right questions, man? You asking the right questions. I'll put it to you like this. I think there's a lot of Japanese fighters that have a chance to young Japanese fighters have a chance to win world champion to win world titles. But there's only a handful of Japanese fighters that I think have a chance to become the face of Japanese boxing in the post-Inoue era. He's one of them. He's a special talent. And I'm hoping next year that they let him fight for the world title on the Inoue Nakatani undercard at the Tokyo Dome. I think right now, the only champion at light flyweight that I might even question a little bit that he could beat right now because he's still young and only has 9 fights is Carlos Canizales. But everyone else with a belt, he's smoking all of them. I got him. I think he beats the brakes off Sim Siri. He beats the brakes off of Rene Santiago. And I even think he'd beat Kaosuke Takami. But Takami's going to move up, so I won't even consider Takami. But he beats everybody. He's really, really good. You know, my big 3 Japanese prospects in my eyes are Yuga Osaki, Aoi Yokoyama, and Yuta Sakai. Those 3 right there. You know? Why are so much boxers in the UK have a low percentage of KOs? Is it because of different rules? Even the undefeated guys have a low KO ratio. I just think it's because the way they teach boxing in the UK, it's the mentality of the fighters. I've talked to a lot of British fighters in boxing gyms, and I went to the UK once. I went to a couple of gyms out there one time. Well, the one time I went there, and I saw how some of the trainers teach boxing. I feel like really and truthfully, like the mentality of British fighters is like, look, we want to box and put on a masterclass performance. They're not really like going out there looking to punch the target and knock you out. With most American fighters, the mentality is, yo, we want to beat the brakes off you. You know, we want to fuck you up. That's how it is in America. So when a lot of times when these British fighters run into like Americans, whether it be the Black Americans or the Mexican Americans or whatever the case may be, they run into some people that can really punch and they get past that technical style. And it's a very textbook rigid style where it's like down the middle. You know, it can only take them so far. So that's my opinion. Good fight. I would actually lean. I'm not no big Arabelle guy. I would lean slightly towards Arabelle. If Ford don't start picking up the pace, if he takes a fight like that, I would actually lean slightly towards Arabelle. But that's a good fight. Oh yeah, Sam Noakes is a lot different. Sam Noakes is he's not like most UK fighters. Sam Noakes comes to knock you out. He comes to punch the target. That's why I like him. That's why, you know, the Mason fight versus Noakes. I mean, I didn't know a whole lot about Noakes before, but when I went and I pulled up some Sam Noakes fights and some highlights and started watching, you know, some of his fights, I'm like, oh, okay, he can really punch and he's got a little bit of skill and, you know, that's a good fight. And we've seen Mason get caught before, so if Mason get caught the wrong way, then bang, that's it. Reversely says Sinceri is not very good. The IBF fight was ass. You know, Sinceri is not very good at all. I'm telling you, I think Yugo Osaki would stop him in like 7 rounds or less. Yugo would beat Rene Santiago. I think Yugo could beat Carlos Canizales too. But Carlos Canizales, I feel like he's got a lot of experience, so that could be a tougher fight to navigate. But I still think he could beat him. And Takami's not going to be there with the title. He's moving up after his first defense. So, BT, as a true blue Canelo hater, how do you feel about Canelo in this fight? It's not 2021 anymore. I don't hate Canelo anymore. I told you, and I told many people. Once it was already proven without a shadow of a doubt that Canelo Alvarez isn't as close to as good as a lot of you guys made him out to be on May 7, 2022. I can't work myself up enough. I can't work myself up to dislike Canelo or hate Canelo the way I used to, because he got exposed so many times in his career. He's good. He's fantastic. He's one of the best Mexican fighters, but he's not the best Mexican fighter, nor is he top 3 of all time. So I wouldn't say I'm a hater. I can't even get myself to that place anymore. But to answer your question, I've been saying it all year since I've been asked about this fight that I'm leaning towards Canelo by decision. I think, you know, he's going to be very up to this fight. And I think, you know, Crawford's durability, when you can hit him, you know, it's not the greatest. Yeah, but Canelo by decision. That's the initial prediction. It could change. I might switch to Crawford, but right now, I've been pretty consistent about it. Canelo by decision is my prediction. Normally when you're an aggressive fighter and you're looking for knockouts, and you're looking to, you know, get these guys out of that happens. He did. That's why I feel like Bud was a bit hesitant to really. He wasn't as aggressive as normal because Majmov can't punch. The only problem with Majmov, and my main gripe with him, is that he's too herky-jerky. He focuses too much on feinting and to the point where he don't even throw no punches. It's annoying as hell to watch. Canelo fans forced the entire planet to call Bivol one of the best boxers that's ever lived because he lost. So that's what I'm saying. Like, well, I actually think Bivol is one of the best boxers on the planet. I'm not gonna slight Bivol, but yeah, Canelo. Yo, was Yankee Rivera versus Angelina Cordova close? Because Angelina Cordova was on the rope celebrating like he won. So was that fight close? Don't tell me Cordova won that fight. BT, what if free boxing on TV? What if free boxing on TV again? What if Teofimo Lopez is on Brand Risk Promotions? No comment. No comment, Harold. That's brand risk promotions, Aiden Ross, all that is bullshit. I don't care about none of that stuff. He said no. The fight was a shit show and very, very nasty to watch. Okay, so I didn't miss much. You know, I'm very intrigued about that fight because that's a fight that you know, Yang Kiel might get a title fight in the near future. So, but guys, look, on that note, listen, I'm actually running out of gas. I'm tired. I got some things I gotta address because that was a very intriguing phone call I just got. I'm gonna end the live, but tomorrow I will be live. I'm not sure what I will talk about tomorrow, but there's plenty of content coming out here on True School Sports. So make sure you guys stay tuned, keep supporting, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.